Well, hello there, beautiful soul sibling. You are listening to Stepping into the Light with Julia Treat. That's me, your host from juliatreat.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not ever hopped onto my website, juliatreat.com, please do so. I have some really cool meditations to give you. It's a morning meditation and an evening meditation. And these are meditations that I would suggest that you download and that you listen to every single morning and evening until it becomes um, your new pattern, your new habit. Just changing things up in the morning and the evening can begin to shift things in miraculous ways. So I just want to mention that so you can hop on over there to get those meditations. All right, so I wanted to talk today about how to heighten your intuition because so many people reach out and either want coaching to help them tune into their intuition and learn to trust it, or they want all the tips and tricks. And as I was talking with one of my students the other day, who is taking my Healing with the Angels and Masters course right now, she excuse me, I was out walking in nature and just a tiny little bit of allergies come up, but much better than usual. So I was talking to this young lady and she was telling me how she's been getting so many answers and winks and, I call them God winks, validation and things like that with things that she has been inquiring about. And what I'm talking about is inquiring with the universe. And she said, I ask questions and the universe answers me. Whether it's an idea or things keep showing up or again those little God winks, however it shows up. And I said, you are brilliant, because that is one of the biggest keys to tapping into your intuition is you have to ask questions. Have to ask questions. So many people do things to stay in the flow and they never ask questions. They just forge forward. They have this vision, like, this is my vision. I'm moving to this. And let's go, God. Let's go, angels. And boom, they just, like racehorses out of the gate. And then they stumble. Okay, well, this didn't happen yet. And so now, okay, well, now I'm going to push this button and this is going to work now. I'm going to do it this way and I'm going to go. Okay, well, oops, shoot, that didn't work that time. So then they start questioning. I wonder if this vision is for real. I wonder if this can come to fruition. I wonder if this is my destiny. Maybe it's not. This is supposed to be easier than this. And then I want to say, are you asking questions? I get it. Well, for some of you, you might not even know that. This might be the first time you're ever hearing that we need to ask questions so that universe can guide us, which is through our intuition. That is our connection with the universe. I sometimes do the same. I get gung-ho about something or an idea, and then boom, I go, and I don't ask the questions. So when this student of mine was talking about how she asked questions every single day, I think, like she didn't actually say that, but the way she was talking about it, I really felt that she was a regular question asker. And I need to even do it more often after speaking with her. I realized it, that she was there to deliver a message to me. So today, I wanted to talk about the importance of asking the question. And when you ask the universe a question, hey, when's my soulmate showing up? Or hey, where are they? Or who are they? Or why haven't they come yet? Or why, what's the next step? How do I get to this? How do I get on the other side of this? Show me the way. Give me the guidance. I'm listening. So when you pose those questions, whatever the question is, what if the question is, it can be as simple as, what's my next dream car? Now, I like to use the word dream car. I'm not going to say just what's my next car. What's my next dream car? And then I might just get a vision in my head. I have a certain type of vehicle that a brand, I guess a brand, is that even the word? I'm not sure. um, Dealer? No, not dealer. Company. I'll just say company. There's a certain car that I want from a certain company. And I always say, if you've heard the other podcasts, I say to say this or better. Like I have a car in mind, but I always say this or better because, hey, God may have something better. What is better for me, whatever that means. So I have been envisioning this vehicle that I want as my next car. And now I am seeing them everywhere on the road. I mean, I pass them all day long, all different colors, all different styles. I'm not going to tell you the car. I'm just going to post a picture of the car on Instagram when it shows up and then tell you on the podcast to go look at it. That's going to be the fun part of this. Oh, I get just tingles on my arms there. So I can't wait to share that picture with you. So it can be as simple as that. What's my next dream car? So I asked when I opened my first physical space. It was not in my home. I started out, I would actually travel to people's homes. So I just drove around my area and I traveled to people's homes all over the mountains of Northeast Pennsylvania. And then I started thinking, well, I want a place where people have to come to me as I'm getting tired of driving around. And so I started asking the universe. Because here's the thing, I was working as a full-time speech pathologist, seeing children in their homes all day long, 5 days a week, and doing this, I'm going to call it angel work, which, hey, I think the work with the kids is angel work too. But you know what I'm saying. I was doing the angel work on the side. And so I didn't have time. I didn't want to look on the internet for a place and comb through the newspaper and yuck. No. And in fact, I didn't even ever look. I just said, I don't want to do it that way. I want you to show me where I'm supposed to be. You show me in whatever way that you have the capacity to do that and for me to listen. And then I will listen. I'll go look at it. See? So I put it out there. And I don't even know a timeline. I don't remember. It was very quick, though. It might have been that same night. But I was, dreaming, I guess. But I dreamt of a space. And I could see it from the outside. They showed me the outside of the building in my dream while I was sleeping. And I woke up and I was like, hell no, that doesn't make any sense. Now, I'm going to tell you why. The space that they showed me, I had just visited about 2 weeks before. This is why. I had lost touch with a friend. And I mean, it'd been a few years since I'd seen her. And she just came to my mind. And I started wondering what she was up to. What's Carolyn up to? And somehow, I think I poked around and asked someone or a couple of people, and they said she had a storefront that she made wigs for women with cancer. And I said, oh man, that's so cool. Where is she at? And I'm going to go see her. Well, it was this building. So I went to see Carolyn and we caught up, and it was such a cute little place. And I was just, she was beaming from ear to ear. I said, I'm so happy for you. You're doing wonderful things. And, we hugged, and that was it. So 2 weeks later, when I'm having this dream and I'm seeing her space from the outside, I'm telling the angels, that makes no sense. So I don't even go by there. I just tell them that didn't make sense. Show me something else. Like, show me for real. This is how I talk to the angels all the time. I'm not kidding. I'm like, stop horsing around. Show me the real place. I'm really going to listen good while I'm dreaming tonight. So I went to bed. Sure enough, I dreamt of the same place. So I got up and I told the angels, fine, I am going to drive by that building so that you can get it off of your radar. Because number one, I'm telling the angels this. It's not big enough for Caroline and myself. It's too small. There's no way we could share that space. Like, I'm having a conversation with the angels, telling them why I think they're crazy for showing me that spot. My angels have got to sit back and laugh a lot. And I wonder if they drink wine or something. They must, just to put up with me. So I did. I had to see some kids for therapy that day. But I made a point of going by that space. So I think it was at the end of my day. I don't recall exactly the time. But I drove, towards the place again. Now, remember, the day before, I didn't even drive by it. I told them they were crazy for even bringing that one up because Carolyn was there. So, day 2, I decided, all right, fine, let's do it. So, I'm driving, get close to the space, and I'm just listening to music, like him hawing around, just ready to get this over with so we can get this off the list and move on. And I turn the corner and I come down the street, and there's big windows in the front, and I start noticing, like, wait a minute, it looks empty, and there's a big sign in the window that said for lease. Whew, I just got chills. Okay, let me just say, I think my jaw was like a half a block back. I had to go back and pick it up. That's how far my jaw dropped. I was in shock. I was like, holy cow, you guys are pretty fucking awesome. Wow. So I went up, read the sign. It said for lease. Go to the front of the building and speak to the landlord. So I walked around the front. I did not know anyone. I did not know the landlord. I walked around the front. It's a florist shop. And along the windows, she has these storefront windows. It was lined with beautiful, amazing angels. Ta-da! Like I needed any bigger sign than that, right? So I went in, spoke to the woman, and coming out as a medium and intuitive, an angel intuitive, and psychic in a predominantly Catholic community was a big step anyway. So I'm going in to ask this woman if I can rent her space and talk to dead people. Like, for real, I'm thinking in my mind, I wonder how this is going to go. She was thrilled and totally into what I did. Yes, she was a strong Catholic, but she was like, I love this kind of stuff. Thank you. You're meant to be here. Oh my God, we need you here. It was just the most welcoming, few moments ever with a stranger that's saying, here's the keys to the front door. So, what a fun story, right? And I ended up renting it. I think I was there for a couple of years. I just outgrew it. It was just time to leave at one point. And then I had no idea that, God had other plans. Like, you're not going to just serve this area. I want you spreading the light everywhere. And so that's when I began working from home and reaching out online. And so the first story, yes, I pointed that out because I wanted you to understand the importance of asking questions. Doesn't mean you'll always have a dream about it, but you might be open to that. But the answer might come immediately. It might come that night. It might come the next day, next week, next month. Don't get frustrated. Just keep asking the question and say, it's okay. Let me, I'm waiting for the answer, and maybe everything's not in line yet, and that's why I'm not getting it. It's just not ready. It's not time. Or maybe I'm missing it, and please help me let go of any kind of control or what am I trying to say? Expectations, so that I don't miss what you're trying to tell me. So I posed the question, and the angels led me to the place. I posed a question to the angels years before that. Hey, I really want to go on this pilgrimage to Sedona. I have no money because I'm sick. I'm going through a devastating divorce. I'm in deep debt. I don't know how in the hell I'm going to get there, but if you can work it out, if you can get me the money, I'm going. The deposit for the trip was $963. I didn't have it. I had nothing. That's when I was very sick with Lyme disease, which, ta-da, I've been free from for over 3 years now, right? Going on 3 years. But 2 weeks later, got a check in the mail from my car insurance company. Now, they send me dividend checks every year. It was like $100 for being a safe driver because I didn't have any tickets or anything. And I remember when I got the envelope, I actually thought it was a bill because I forgot all about the dividend check. I was like, why are they sending me a bill? I already paid this. I just thought it was a bill immediately. So I opened it up, and there was a check inside. And, you can tell it's a check. And I'm like, oh, in my head, oh, yeah, it's that dividend check. It was $963 exactly. It was a deposit to the trip. I did get the rest of the money for the trip, but that was one of my profound moments where the angels said, look, if this is what we have to fucking do to get you to believe and have faith and remember the magic, then here you go. So, to heighten your intuition, got to start asking questions. Here's the problem. This is what happens. We get in this, even people that have taken my spiritual boot camp, I often wonder, and they're all flying high, believe me. They all tell, "Ooh, it's great," and most of them are having a time of their life, and things in their life are turning out wonderfully, and they're just they're flowing down the river instead of fighting their way up. They've pulled their paddles in, and they're just floating down. They're letting the universe guide them. But I often wonder, gosh, are they remembering to ask questions? Or are they just forging forward, calling their team in, let's go, but then not stepping back and saying, hey, is there a better way to do this? Or, hey, this hasn't shown up yet. Can you show me or tell me why or what I'm missing, or let me know it's still coming? So today, I've been asking a lot about just this spiritual retreat that I dream of creating, that I have no doubt is coming. I do not know when. I don't know the details. I don't know how. But I do know it's coming. And I asked today, I don't need validation that it's coming. I just want to, is there anything that I need to think about today, or what can I do to bring me closer to that? So I was asking that, and I just felt inclined to pull a card from my deck called the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. They're by Colette Baron Reed. They're one of my favorite decks. I have so many favorite decks. I have so many decks, but I love them all. I just switch and go from one to another. So I asked the question, what is it that I can do? Is there something, just any kind of message? And I just felt like I'm going to go pull a card. Sometimes that's how my messages come. So I wanted to share my message today because I thought it was a message that some of you may need to hear today. And instead of pulling one card, I pulled one out and a second one fell out. So I always know when one falls out, that's one I need to read. So I have two cards in front of me. So I will read the first card that popped out, and it's the Love card. This marker reminds you to show kindness and compassion to all whom you meet on your path, be it a beggar on a street corner, a co-worker, a family member, an animal, or a plant whose leaves need pruning. This marker asks you to shift perception from yourself as a solitary person on the earth to one who's part of a living system. Love is what made you, so keep it flowing. Remember to receive love as well. Ask yourself, am I blocking love? This marker reminds you that you are connected to all of life as it is to you, and that you're responsible to be the steward of the love of the God and Goddess. Love is without conditions. It is respectful, mindful, sees all life as sacred, and acts in accordance. Love reminds you that this very planet is a living being. Love is the very essence of the divine in you, and it sees the divine in others. This is the time to see through the eyes of love and always ask before you act, what would love do? The answer will always bring you extraordinary power. This marker is a very fortunate and transformative omen. So whatever that message is, whatever it means for you, if it resonated with you, you can take this message in many different ways. What this meant for me, when I read the part that said love is without conditions, it is respectful, mindful, sees all life as sacred, and acts in accordance. That was my message, that when always asking what would love do, love would always love self first. And I hope that makes sense. I understood my message to be that I need to make sure I'm taking super, super good care of myself energetically so that I can continue to be the love in the world. So here's my second card that flew out. And this one, I was just like, I read the first one, love, and this one is the mystery, which then I said, well played, God, well played. So here's the next message, the mystery. So God's telling me, what would love do? And I'm understanding it to be take really good of myself so I can continue to be love in the world. Excuse me. So here's the next message. This marker directs you into the unknowable mystery of your journey. It is the sacred place where all things are created but are not yet formed. It points the way to pure power and potential, which meets the magic of intention. It tells you that the magical, unknowable forces of destiny and fate are working in your life. The forces that you can never fully understand or control are indeed weaving their magic around you to help you fulfill your true purpose. There is, however, a warning to be humble here. The mystery reveals itself only when it chooses, and not when or how you demand. The cosmic laws operate here outside of time and space, outside of human influence and intellect. Only hindsight will reveal their patterns. Only total trust and the deepest faith can be your allies when the mystery appears as a sacred journey marker on your path. Again, only trust, total trust, and the deepest faith in your journey, in your destiny, can be your allies at this moment. Sometimes it may seem as if you're going backward, but truly, if you look at a spiral, it goes up, back, and around, reaching upward, although it may seem for a time that you are not. You are indeed progressing. Trust the mystery and keep going. For now, trust that the thread of your life is woven into the pattern of the mystery with beauty, grace, strength, and purpose. This marker is an auspicious and profound omen that shows you that you are on the correct path. So I just have to tell you another really cool God wink I got from that message when I read it, when I pulled that card earlier, is I ran up to Binghamton, New York today. That's where my network care chiropractor lives. Or I'm sorry, well, he does live there, but that's where he works out of. It's an hour away. So I do go to him because he is close enough for me to at least drive. So I go to an hour one way, an hour one way back every Monday. It's like take care of Julie a day. That's just one of the days. But as I was laying on his table today, I was laying there with my eyes closed and I'm just relaxing. I'm not trying to think of anything. But all I could see is this he touches your neck and your body and your back in different spots and he's like drawing things on you. It's very cool, and I know that there's symbols. I guess there's symbols he's doing, or who knows, doesn't matter. Some kind of cosmic language. I'm just going to say that. And as he was doing it, I just saw this my DNA strand. It was just like this huge strand running up and down my body. And I saw broken links being repaired. Now, whatever that means on human terms doesn't matter. Just in my mind's eye, my psychic center, my intuition was showing me that the damage was being repaired, whether that's past life wounds and memories, limiting beliefs, whatever the case may be, wounds from this time, this lifetime. So when I read that part in the mystery card, let me find it. I have a little Grace. Grace just wanted me to pick her up. She's passing out in my arms here. So I'm working one-handed to get this book back out. I want to, real quick, one more time. This is how these little, these God winks happen. I don't even call them little. So it says, let me find it here. So sometimes it seems as if you're going backward, but truly, if you look at a spiral, it goes up, back, and around, reaching upward, although it may seem for a time that you are not. You are indeed progressing. Trust the mystery and keep going. When I read that, I'm like, oh boy, this is just good. You cannot make this shit up. So, start asking questions. Start asking questions without you already having the answer figured out that they're going to show you. Like, just start asking questions. Or say something starts coming up for you, like you start seeing a bunch of things about Sedona, Arizona, and you've always thought you wanted to live there or visit there, whatever the case may be. All right, universe, if this is really where I'm supposed to live, or if you're giving me winks that this is really going to come true, then show me. Give me something else. Like, show me, again, like mine was just show me where I'm supposed to be. I didn't even have a space in mind. I mean, I had an area, and then they showed me the building. All right, my friends, I hope this helps you on your journey. The next step is to really trust your intuition. And let me just add, we are all making our way to our destiny. There's so many different ways to get there. One path does not mean it's easier than the other. What if you just went forward with the thought and belief that you cannot make a wrong decision? The only wrong decision is not making one. That's called being stuck in your comfort zone. So, trust your intuition. Ask the questions, trust what you get, take the leap. All right, I love you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow. God bless.